Hi, I'm Morgan,
And I'm Jared.
and we're here to discuss our results from testing the Sticky Buddy.
Sticky Buddy is a product that is similar to a lint roller. It is reusable and it helps clean up messes and makes it more efficient. The materials that we tested are pennies, paper clips, pet hair, crumbs, and sand. We tested on 2 different types of surfaces, and that is a hard surface and on carpet.
The way we determined our successes and failures were both in 2 different ways. First, the material that needed to be picked up with the Sticky Buddy in less than 2 to 3 swipes, and if it was greater than that, it was considered a failure. The percentage that the Sticky Buddy picks up has to be 70% or more to be considered a success. Imagine being at your house and you just found out that you're going on vacation. You rush to your room to find your piggy bank and count how much change you have. All of a sudden, the bottom falls out and the change falls all over the floor. The hassle of picking up all the change individually will just take forever. You grab your Sticky Buddy and pick up all of your change in just a few swipes. Here's how our testing went on both carpet and hard surfaces.
Okay, so we'll do the first contest and then the second one.
The results from testing the Sticky Buddy with pennies would be considered a success. We tested both pennies that were lined up and pennies scattered about. The infomercial showed the pennies lined up and showed that it picked up in about 1 swipe. The results were the same for us. The pennies scattered about were not in the infomercial, but we decided to test it anyways. The results for that were that the pennies were picked up by the Sticky Buddy in about 1 to 2 swipes, but 1 or 2 pennies were left over due to the fact that the Sticky Buddy had already been filled.
You're in a hurry to leave the office for the weekend, and while in a rush to get out, you accidentally knock over your tray of paper clips and realize that it's going to take forever to pick them up. You conveniently have your Sticky Buddy in your drawer, and you decide that you can pick them up easily in just a few swipes. Here are results for both large and small paper clips. When testing paper clips, we tested both small and large paper clips. The small paper clips were a success, picking up about 90% in 2 to 3 rolls. The larger paper clips, on the other hand, were a failure. It only picked up about 50% in 2 to 3 rolls, and the reason why it was a failure is because the paper clips would catch on the outer plastic part of the Sticky Buddy and fall off.
You just got back from the beach with your friends, and all you want to do is take a nap. You decide to just throw your stuff onto the ground, and you'll pick it up after your nap. When you go to pick up your towel, all the sand falls off and onto the ground. You use your Sticky Buddy to pick up the sand in just a matter of seconds. We tested the Sticky Buddy on large and small amounts of sand, and this is what happened. Okay, go.
I mean, we could try that again, see if we can get a minute and a half. If you get a minute and a half there, if you get a minute, and fire description.
Well, that's probably that might be going to work as it stays. Well, see, he does amplify it, okay, but if you go.
You can keep going if you want. We had mixed results after testing the Sticky Buddy with sand. Spread out in a smaller amount of sand on both hard and carpeted surfaces were considered a success. 90% was picked up after 2 to 3 rolls. On the other hand, we had mixed results for both the hard and carpeted surfaces when we added a little bit more sand. 80% was picked up in 3 swipes on a hard surface, While that was considered a success, clumped sand on carpet was a failure. The sand got caught up in grooves and picked up only 60% after multiple swipes and filling the Sticky Buddy.
It's Sunday and the big game is on TV. You go to the couch with your chips and get so into the game that you don't realize that you're making a huge mess while eating your chips. You get up to stand for commercials and realize that there's a huge mess of crumbs on the ground. Instead of pulling out that big vacuum to clean it up, you pull out your Sticky Buddy to get it up in just a few swipes. Here are our results for crumbs.
Last weekend, I can't do it. Now we're going this week.
No, see, like, I don't think I know how to cancel mine. She's like, I'll see you 3 p.m. Sunday. Sounds good? Sounds good. That's what she said.
The results for the crumbs when trying to be picked up by the Sticky Buddy turned into a failure. The Sticky Buddy only picked up about 50% of the crumbs in 2 to 3 swipes, leaving behind the bigger pieces, or they would stick and then fall off. The Sticky Buddy would fill up quickly and would need to be cleaned multiple times before the whole mess was picked up. You are all dressed up, ready to go out, and then all of a sudden your cat and dog comes up and they rub up against your leg. Getting cat and dog hair is a hassle out, but you conveniently have your Sticky Buddy, which makes it easy and convenient to just get all that hair in a few swipes. Here are our results for animal hair.
Okay.
The results for the pet hair when being picked up by the Sticky Buddy was a success. We tested it on a hard surface and on a t-shirt. On the hard surface, it picked out 100% of the pet hair in 2 rolls and left nothing behind. On the t-shirt, the Sticky Buddy picked up about 80% of the pet hair in 2 to 3 swipes. A little bit of the hair was left behind because it was stuck in the shirt and required more effort to get it out. After testing the product at Sticky Buddy, we can say that it showed more successes than failures. The only failures that it did show were crumbs, large paper clips, and clumped up sand. The reason why it was a failure is because it failed to pick up 70% or more of the material in 2 to 3 swipes.
Except for our testing with crumbs, claims made in the infomercial were true. The Sticky Buddy remained sticky after all of our testings, and for only $10, we recommend that you go out and buy it. Thank you for your time.